in the middle of the worst recession that in the lifetime of anyone now living.
We're back. More Barcelona. And it's so bloody goddamn warm. You might be wondering, where's the waistcoat gone? The Gareth Southgate look quite good on you. You know, there's no jacket. You don't look professional anymore. You don't look like you've got any sort of financial acumen or anything like that. I tell you what, look at this. This is a reason why. Look at this, 25 degrees. 25 degrees. It's absolutely roasting. I'm sweating my bollocks off. And yes, I know what you're thinking. Why on earth are you using Bing? Microsoft Rewards, guys. Microsoft Rewards. So we're back in the room and it's time to have a look and see how we've got on with Barcelona since last time. Well, we're still winning, obviously. We're Barcelona. We're doing a fantastic job. We've won every single game, pre-season, competitive. We beat Copenhagen 1-0 in our first Champions League tie. We beat Espanyol 3-0, goals from Messi, Rakitic and De Jong. And Suarez got himself a couple against Granada. Now this time around, we've got 2 games against Real Madrid and Borussia Dortmund. So these are the kind of games, as Barcelona, they're the games that make and break your season. Coming up against your big title challengers in the league, coming up against obviously the best of the best in the Champions League. These are the games that we want to highlight really, because at least in this first season, whilst we've largely got the Barcelona team intact, you're not really bothered about how we get on against Real Betis. It's all going to be about these bigger competitions. Once we've started selling players, replacing them with the youth teams, replacing them with the much cheaper players, that's when maybe it's going to be a bit more competitive, where we play more of the middling kind of fixtures. Now again, looking at the kind of players that we are going to be using and are going to be selling, we've still got quite a lot of interest in our players. Obviously, Manchester United are getting involved now, along with PSG. So Nelson Semedo, Jordi Alba as well. Manchester United interest in both of them. PSG still with their interest in Busquets, in Rakitic, in those guys. So maybe we could offload some of them. I'm very excited come the end of the season though for some of these youngsters coming back. So Cucurella looks quite good as a left back, obviously when Alba goes. In particular, Pedri. Now, I don't really know anything about this boy, but 60 in dribbling, 60 in first touch. He's going to be a hell of a winger. So maybe we can look at taking advantage of the interest in Dembele. Manchester United interested in him. They put 100 million in. Maybe. So with the team news ahead of the Real Madrid game, we have obviously got Antoine Griezmann out. Now Antoine Griezmann is struggling, he's out for up to 4 weeks, which is going to be a big loss, but we can cope without him. We've got good options because we play mainly as a striker. So long as Suarez is fit, then it doesn't really matter. On the left hand side we can play Dembele, right hand side we're playing Messi, we've got Douglas Costa who can cover either side. It's not the end of the world, apart from the fact that we're paying him 550k while he does nothing. However, Real Madrid, they're missing Eden Hazard, they're missing Toni Kroos likely. So they've got probably a much weaker team than we do. However, they still have Gareth Bale, they still have Benzema, there's still players that can do us damage. So we have to be careful of that. Now, we've played 6 games, won 6 games, 18 points. We've already established a little bit of a lead over Real Madrid. This could be an absolute game changer though. If they win, they're straight back in it and it gives them maybe the chance to get a bit of momentum. Now this is our first real test. Obviously Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid are going to be the 2 teams where those ties will really decide whether or not we win the league. So we have to make sure that we get on very well with it. The sooner we can do well in the league, give ourselves a little bit of an advantage, it means that when it comes to the cup competitions, when it comes to the Champions League, we can afford to rest players for other fixtures. So let's crack on, let's try and get the result. And obviously Zinedine Zidane, if you know from my stream series, not a fan of him. You know, he's stolen my job 3 times when I was going for them. Hopefully, he's not going to cost me my job with Barcelona trying to win the league this season. Now with the starting lineup then, so we're going with Suarez up top, Dembele on the left, Messi on the right, De Jong, Vidal, who's coming for Rakitic. Rakitic is struggling a little bit with fitness. He's got 89%, so I don't want to risk him too much. And then Sergio Busquets at the back. Jordi Alba, Umtiti, Piqué and Sergio Roberto on the right-hand side to Stegen in goal. On the bench, we've got Arthur, Junior Firpo, Victor Fisher, Rakitic, Douglas Costa and Ansu Fati. Obviously Arthur, who's subject to maybe going to Juventus in real life in dodgy accounting 101, swapping for Pjanic. So could be interesting to see whether or not he does go, and then maybe we'll be getting rid of him ourselves. Because I mean, Busquets, I was going to sell him, but I mean, I can't complain. He's performing at the minute, 7.65 from the opening 6 games, but anything can happen come January. Real Madrid lineup, they've got Benzema up top, Bale on the right, Vinicius Jr. on the left, Valverde, Modric and Casemiro is still a very strong middle 3, both playing very similar formations. Mendy, Sergio Ramos, Militao and Carvajal. Militao preferred to Varane, who starts on the bench. They've got Isco, they've got Rodrigo, Marcelo, Diaz. So they have got some options that they can bring off the bench. However, I'm not particularly worried. I think we're definitely the stronger of these two teams. So we're going to tell the boys, I expect nothing but a win. It's Real Madrid. Go on, stuff them. Stuff them. Going to the tunnel. Both teams come into this one in good form. How do you rate your chances ahead of kickoff? Passionately. Enjoy these matches a lot. As I said like last time, I don't click on these. It doesn't work. Football Manager's just glitched for me. Moving on. So, kickoff time then. The opening El Clasico of this series. So, Messi's on the ball now. Finds De Jong in the middle of the park. De Jong finding Vidal, who's come in. He's made a few appearances off the bench, but he's not started many. Messi just running past men. Look at that. Just beats the keeper. I don't know where Courtois is, and maybe he's preferred, not preferred to Areola. But Messi just working his magic, as he always does in El Clasicos, in just any league game, Champions League game. You can't stop Lionel Messi. That's why we're paying him 1.2 million a week. And whilst I don't want to be paying him that much, he's incredible. How can you not respect a guy who can perform as well as Messi has for as long as he has? Just criminally talented, that boy. I say boy, he's older than me. Not by much, but he's older than me. So we're coming up towards half-time now. Messi with a free kick into the box. Can't find anybody. I would like to take a clean sheet into half-time. If we can get a second, that'd be fantastic. But I just don't want Real Madrid to get back into it. They're playing well so far. Dembele, though. Oh, he's been tripped. Carvajal's given away a penalty. Ooh, who's going to take it? Suarez, hopefully. Suarez or Messi. Now, this is the thing with Football Manager that is really... It's just a pain, really. I appreciate them trying to implement VAR. But literally, you know when it's almost always clear-cut. Like, penalties, they never say it's not a penalty. It's always a penalty. The only time when it's ever sort of 50-50 is when it's like about a red card, or if it's a penalty or a free kick, you know, if it's on the edge of the box. But if they ever go down in the box and they go to VAR, I've never seen it where it wasn't a penalty. Maybe that's just me. Vidal's taking it, and he slots it home. I was a bit nervous then, but he's put it in the back of the net. His second goal of the season. I mean, Real Madrid are getting turned over here. Let's just tell the lads. Let's praise them. I mean, keeper went the right way, but there was enough power on it. It was low enough that it wasn't actually going to impact him. So, approaching half-time then. 2-0. Barcelona have got the lead. It's not too far away in terms of shots and shots on target. You know, it's more even when you look at those stats. But the only stat that matters is the result. 2-0 at the half-time point. So, do we go sort of, you know, positive, we're winning 2-0, or do we sort of tell them, look, Real Madrid, we know they can come back into this. Let's just say we're happy with it. Let's just stay positive. You know, it's sunny outside, horribly so, but it's sunny outside. We'll stay upbeat. Let's try and get ourselves 3 points before the Dortmund game. Here we go. Real Madrid straight away in the second half. Valverde finding Benzema. Benzema's got one back. See, this is why I don't want to be upbeat. This is why I want to tell them, look, Real Madrid can get back into it. That as well is another thing about Football Manager. When have you ever seen a footballer do this? Celebration. Yeah, every single player does it on Football Manager. Watch, anytime they score, you go in a corner, you'll have players. Now let's tell them, show some passion, you know, don't throw it all away. I mean, we're at the new camp, we're on home ground, home turf. I mean, looking at the team's not got very good body language, obviously. They must have had a telling off from Zidane. They're not happy with that. Our team's a bit more motivated. I mean, it's sort of slowed down a bit in the second half. Now let's think carefully about these subs. Let's think carefully. Are we going to... I'm looking at the fitness levels. So De Jong, we'll take him off and we'll bring on Arthur. We'll also look to take Dembele off. We need to freshen up legs for the attack. And then we'll put on Douglas Costa on that left-hand side. Now, Suarez has been quiet up top, but I've got confidence in him to try and turn it round. He only needs one opportunity. So 15 minutes to go. And we're still, at the moment, safe with the 3 points. 5 minutes. I mean, this is getting a bit nerve-wracking. What I am going to do, though, is just start to time waste. Be a bit more disciplined. I know that's not the Barcelona way, but, I mean, time wasting for Barcelona is not just keeping it in the corner. It's just like tiki-taka or something. Maybe. So the final few minutes against Real Madrid. This will be a big win for us. You know, the first real sort of decisive match that we've had, and we finished it one shot extra on target, but ultimately we've won 2-1. Maybe if Real Madrid did have Eden Hazard, maybe if he had Toni Kroos, it could have been a different game. We'll have to be careful, especially when we play at Real Madrid, obviously later on in the season. But so far, 3 points, another 3 points to add on to the many others that we've already got. Things are flying high. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, but Barcelona, they're easy. Yeah. Remember, this is not a one-season save. This is about trying to take Barcelona, maintain their ability to play at the top level whilst cutting back on the players. Obviously, it's not something you can just sell all your players straight away, but it's something we're going to work on over the next couple of seasons. We'll reduce down the squad wages, because if we have a look at our wages financially, we're paying 5 million a week. 5 million a week. So we want to try and lower that down. I want to get it to about 4 million. If we can cut 1 million a week off the wage budget and still be winning the league, that's something impressive. And the first chance we'll get to do that will be in January. So we will sell somebody. I make that promise. Somebody will get sold. Christ almighty, I wonder who it's going to be.
A few moments later.
So it's about time then for the Borussia Dortmund game. Again, we're at home, so we've had a couple of home games against these big teams. It eases us into it. Now, looking at the lineup then for Dortmund, obviously they've got Brandt, who plays on the left. 4 goals, 3 assists in 8. Dangerous. Sancho, obviously on the other side, arguably the better of the two. He's got 1 goal, 3 assists. Marco Reus behind the striker with 4 goals and an assist. Haaland himself has got 9 and 9. They're doing okay, aren't they, Dortmund? They seem to be doing all right. Emre Can's even chipped in with a couple of goals. Witzel's not, though. Witzel's eyes are incredibly blue. Akanji at the back. Guerrero? He's on the left. Hummel's obviously at centre-back as well. And Hakimi as well. And the team's underway. A couple of minutes gone. And early doors, it looks like we're going to get a free kick here. Messi's going to take it. Is he going to go for goal? He does, and he hits the post. Suarez, though, manages to get the follow-up. Everyone else was really slow to react. But Luis Suarez, it feels weird celebrating the guy. The racist biter. But Suarez, for us, he's got himself a goal. That's his 5th then. You know, come the end of the season, maybe we might look to replace him. His wages are ridiculous. He is getting older. Maybe he is someone we can sell. There's a lot of good young strikers in Football Manager, and that's what we're going to try and do with this series, is we're going to try and replace these aging stars with much younger but capable people. I mean, that was a equally good free kick from Marco Reus. No, it didn't go in. Didn't go in. Don't even bother trying to look at, you know, the whatever this is. Is it VAR? That's not VAR. The other one. It's the other one. Anyway, it didn't go in. Sancho, though, has picked up a little bit of a knock. He's struggling for fitness. Slowly regaining it. His legs must be growing back. So half an hour gone. Marco Reus with another free kick. Oh my god. That one's actually gone in. I mean, Marco, what's his free kick rating? Free kick rating is 16. I mean, fair dues. That was a fantastic free kick. I mean, he's had 2 really good ones so far. Ter Stegen probably should have done better, though, there. I mean, it looked like he went straight at him. He just punched it above him into the goal instead of punching it out. So let's tell the boys, come on, lads, demand more. Dembele, though, has picked up a knock. I'm not going to risk him. So Dembele's going to come off, and we're going to put on... Victor Fischer's going to come on. This is your moment to shine, Victor. Show me that you can make that step up, and that if we did sell Dembele, you can perform just as well as he can on a fraction of the wages. Half time, I mean, we're bossing it. 8 shots, although we've only had 2 on target. We're not being very clinical. The other games that are going on, Atletico Madrid are 3-0 up against Galatasaray, representing Spain. Chelsea are 2-0 up against Napoli. Milan are being held at Genk. Liverpool beating Salzburg. City are beating Porto. So everything looks to be pretty as you'd expect around the other fixtures. But over here, we need to... Oh God. We need to make sure that we make the most of this game against Dortmund. At the moment, they're top of the group. So obviously it makes our life easier if we can finish as top seeds. Otherwise, we're going to be playing one of the winners of the other groups in the second legs. The quarter-final legs, not the quarter-finals, the knockouts. The knockouts. What am I waffling on about? I've forgotten where we're up to. Witzel plays it forward to Haaland. Haaland, I mean, I don't know how he scored 9 in 9 with that kind of finishing, because that's shocking, that. Arturo Vidal, I don't trust his disciplinary problems. He'll probably get himself sent off. So we'll swap him out for... We'll play Rakitic, give him a moment. Maybe swap him with De Jong. De Jong's a bit more comfortable as a box-to-box. Rakitic as the advanced playmaker. And then let's just tell everyone, show a bit of passion. Try and push yourselves forward. It's fired the boys up. So 20 minutes to go. I mean, Marco Reus, outside of that, they're probably not having a very good game, Dortmund. Obviously, you can see from the number of shots, we've been dominating it. But as I said last game, it's all about the end result. 1-1. And now here is an opportunity for us. Sergio Roberto finding the substitute Rakitic. Now, he was going to go to the byline. Rakitic, though, plays it in. Jordi Alba. Jordi Alba's hit the crossbar. Did that hit the crossbar? It looked like it hit the crossbar from the way that it, went back across the goal. But, finish 1-1. I mean, it's not a bad result, but it's definitely not a good result, especially considering how dominant we were. But even though we had a lot of shots, we didn't really have a lot on target, which suggests we're just taking wild speculative shots, which is not like us. We're quite clinical. We have very few shots, but we score them typically. But of these two games, if you'd have told me I had a 1-1 drawn one out of the Real Madrid and Dortmund game, I'd have definitely taken that. Unlucky boys, it wasn't our night. So with another win and a draw today, that leaves us still unbeaten so far into October. Obviously, a draw against Dortmund means we can't win every game this season. It was probably quite a big ask, but we're still going very strong. I don't think we're going to go the whole season unbeaten, but I mean, we've made a fantastic start for the chance to try and win the league. And obviously the Champions League campaign, not quite as good. We're second behind Dortmund in the group stage, but we've still got a very good chance of qualifying. So next time on the video, we'll be playing the game against Ferencvaros in the Champions League and Atletico Madrid. And then we'll probably start looking at what kind of movements we can make in January. We don't want to leave it to the last minute. We want to know if we're going to sell anyone. We want to make sure we get some replacements in as well. So until next time, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next Friday.